folks, welcome to Coffee and Colossians. It is Tuesday. We're still in Port Mahomet. I'm about to head off to the island of Lewis. So before we go, I thought I would record this. And we're still in Colossians chapter 3. Now, yesterday we saw ourselves talking about anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. And you can see how these all involve the mouth and the tongue. Well, today we're on to verse 9. Do not lie to each other. And he goes on to give the reason, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its creator. Now, we'll say more about putting on the new self, but lying is so important. He says, you used to be like this, you used to lie. Psalm 116, I said when I was in my haste that all men liars be. As we were listening to the news yesterday, we were driving back from my brother's, and just the hypocrisy you hear about people, like the policeman, for example, who did an anti-drugs training course and was himself taking drugs. He was living a lie. And many of us live lies. The 9th commandment, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. We can destroy with words. He's really saying, you used to live like this. You used to tell lies. As though it were the natural thing to do. He's saying, now stop it. Now you have to tell truth. And there are different ways that you can tell lies. We have to live truthfully. We can tell lies by pretending to be something that we're not. We can tell lies, of course, by just lying about somebody or lying about ourselves. But I think the main emphasis I want to put here is how difficult it is to live a life of truth, how easy it is to slip into telling lies. You know, somebody accuses you of something immediately and your instant response is to say, I didn't do it, even though you did do it, and then one lie leads to another. Or you may claim to have done something that you didn't do. You may pretend to be something that you are not. Now we have to be careful here. This is not saying to us that, what does it say in Proverbs? Only a fool says their whole heart. It may be that you don't particularly like somebody and you don't have to tell the truth to go up and say, I don't like you. It's how we use our tongue. But I think this is really about truth and reality about who we are. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you look and you think, am I just being a hypocrite here? So that's why we keep coming to the mirror of God's word, because God's word reveals who we really are. And that's why sometimes you can be in church and if God's word is being proclaimed in the power of the Spirit, it feels distinctly uncomfortable because he's exposing the lies in our own lives. So we are not to lie to each other. We have to be honest with each other. We have to tell the truth to each other. I think an awful lot would improve in our churches if that was the case. I think there is an awful lot of slander and gossip. And I think that sometimes it's just like a giant game being played and we don't do the honesty thing. So maybe that's one of the things that we can resolve. We can resolve to speak the truth. To speak the truth in love, that's the great characteristic that Paul gives in Ephesians. But let's stop faking it. Let's stop pretending. Let's put off this old self with its lying and its deceit and put on the new self, which has been renewed in knowledge in the image of its creator, the creator who is the truth. So God bless you. Hopefully see you tomorrow.